TAG 49s.
Hello everyone, welcome back. So today, I'm just going to kind of show you about my transformation. I personally have used, I'd say, every diet that's been out there. From when I was 6 to like mid-20s, I tried it all. I mean, the all protein, all of them. I never lost weight. I couldn't figure it out. And it wasn't like I was like fully out of shape. I mean, I could still do things. Like everybody was like, he does this, that, and the other, but he's just fat. So like I never could figure it out. So one day I was on YouTube and I was bored. I was just, one of those Google searches or YouTube searches, and I was bored. I wanted to see if there was a do-it-yourself cool sculpting. Because in my head, it can be done professionally, it can be done at home. I was on YouTube, I was just searching around. I'll actually leave the link to that video, but there was a video where the guy was talking about intermittent fasting, and I was kind of somewhat starting to lose weight, but I wasn't sure why. And what happened was I kind of cut breakfast out, and I was only doing lunch and dinner. It was like right at the beginning of COVID. My business was kind of, not doing so great due to. So, I was just trying to save money. I was eating ramen, just trying to save money as much as I could so that I wasn't struggling. I was just, it helped me build self-discipline because I now had to manage my food, and I did lose maybe like 10, 15 pounds, I don't know, nothing big, and then all of a sudden, everything kind of, leveled out, and I started making a little bit more money, and like I said, I was saving money, so I started eating breakfast again, and all of a sudden I put the weight back on. And then I found that video. And when I found that video, everything explained it. And the way how he explains it, it's like your body needs 2 to 4 hours to kick in to fat burning. And then you use X amount of hours to burn. So like anytime you go to sleep, you're still burning, you're burning fat because you're not eating. Well, the way how he explained it is and this is normal people, not me, but if you sleep 8 hours, you don't eat 2 hours before you go to sleep, and you don't eat 2 hours when you wake up. So there's your 12-hour window, and that's a 12-hour, like, from 1 to 1 kind of deal. So how it worked for me is I tried the 14-10. I wouldn't eat before 2 p.m., and I wouldn't eat after midnight. So don't do any midnight snacking if you're trying to lose weight. And I hate to say this, but there's so many people that go, breakfast is your best meal of the day. No, it's not. Because if you're waking up and eating, you're not burning your fat. Like, yeah, if you're not trying to lose weight, maybe, you might enjoy breakfast, but I feel more better and I feel more healthy not eating breakfast. So there's 3 types of intermittent fasting. There's the modified version, which I haven't tried because to me, I don't feel like it's going to work for me. What it is 5 days out of the week you eat normal, 2 days you fast completely. So what that means is, let's say you do Monday, Tuesday you eat, Wednesday you don't eat nothing at all. Thursday, Friday you eat normal, Saturday you don't eat nothing, and then say Sunday you eat, regular. That's modified. The thing about modified is you got to remember which days, and it's just harder to maintain. I feel like you can't sustain that. Your next one is your alternating, which means you eat 1 day normal and then 1 day you fast, meaning you don't eat nothing. So it's every other day. That one's a little bit easier to, I guess you say, sustain or maintain. But then what happens when it's like let's say your non-fasting day is Christmas, or your non-fasting day is Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? For me, it's just not, I don't know. So then you got the third type. It's called time restricted, and that's which one I did. You know, it's the 12-12, 10-14. If I eat 2 meals a day, meaning I'll eat lunch and then dinner, I maintain. I don't really lose. I mean, I might lose a little bit depending on what I eat and how much I eat. Now, the great thing about intermittent fasting is you don't change your diet. You just change when. So if you don't eat breakfast, let's say you have lunch at 2 p.m. or 1:30, I don't know, and then you have dinner at like 8 o'clock at night. You can literally eat a snack between those meals if you want. There's no restriction between this window. If you want to go to McDonald's, you want to eat. I'm not saying to do that, but you don't have to restrict what you're eating. Now, I restrict because I have dairy issues. I'm dairy free. I'm gluten free. I feel great, but I've learned a lot more self-discipline in doing this. So for me, it gave me full control of my life again. I would say from when I was 18 to 35, I weighed 340 pounds. There was a couple times where I hit 400. One of which was 2008. I lost my shop, my house flooded, and then I went and got my EMTs. And I remember around December of that year, I was close to 400 or more. And then when my grandpa died, I didn't know how to cook for myself. I didn't know what to do. It was kind of the same thing, and that was in 2016. I think it was around 418, 420. My doctor looked at me, and this was in December. She's like, "How long do you want to live?" I'm like, "Forever." You know, who wants to die, right? And she's like, "Well, in your current situation, I don't see it happening." And to me, I just didn't understand it. So I went to the full. I've done candida cleanses. I've done it all. It's basically just I did an all protein diet, meaning no pasta, no breads. If I went to McDonald's and got me a double cheeseburger, don't know more, but if I did, what I did was I would just take the buns off and I would just eat the meat. Now, I did lose a little bit of weight for this one. Of course, I went from 400 back down to my 340. Go figure. And that was all I could do. And I couldn't figure out why. Why? Because who knows? Everybody's body is different. Everybody does different. Like, what works for you might not work for me. What worked for me might not work for you. I'm just trying to offer another solution to anybody that's been like me and tried everything. So, let's see. Last summer, around May, June is when I watched the video. Everything started kind of clicking, and I started it. And this would have been 2020. Everybody was restricted to stay at home, so I couldn't go out to eat. Made it easier. Once I watched that video and understood what I was doing, I went full on it. Like I said, I didn't eat before 2, and I didn't eat after midnight. Now, there are days that I only eat one meal. I only eat dinner. Like today, I only had dinner. Yesterday, I had 2 meals. So I kind of alternate. If I'm really hungry, like if I'm starving, I'm not starving myself, 100%. When I get that light hunger pain, I back off because I drink a glass of water or something. Because when you first get hungry, that's just your body saying, "Hey, I'm using the storage. Can we get a little bit of new? No, I don't know." So, like, you'll get that first little bit of, "I'm hungry." You ain't got to answer it. You just say, "All right, cool, you hungry." Keep going about your day. Drink you some water and keep going. One thing that he did provide about everything was right before you eat your meal, drink a full glass of water. That helped amazing for me. I don't do it no more because my stomach's kind of shrunk already. So when I drink a full glass of water and then try to eat, I don't usually fully finish my meal, and then I'm kind of like upset because I do get hungry later. So that one works great in the beginning. Afterwards, you just kind of have to play with it. So that's that. But you know, whenever I started, I was skeptical. I didn't think it was going to work. And then I went from 340 down to 320, and then 310, and then 300, 280. You know, to me it was like I was ecstatic. You know, I hadn't been 300 since I was like 18. So for me that was like, whoa. And then, you know, I kind of went out in public when everything started opening back up, and a couple people, you know, like, oh my God, you lost weight. And I made a couple jokes, you know, it's like, they're like, well, how'd you lose so much weight? And I was like, COVID. They're like, you got it? And I was like, no, I got trapped at home, didn't really want to go nowhere. I enjoyed being by myself, you know, I love myself. So it's kind of one of those like, I ain't got to deal with people. You know, because some people, yeah. But, so I did that, and, I don't know, it was around 250-ish. It started to slow down because part of my diet was being dairy free and everything. Like, everything has milk in it, so it's really hard for me to like find things without. You know, it's like when I go to the store, you know, I do get dairy free stuff. But when you're out and about, it's a little bit harder. So as long as you keep telling yourself that, you know, you're in control and you only eat this time, and, you know, it's really hard. Now, I have talked to a couple people, and to me, like, you know, they were like, oh my God, how'd you lose some weight, blah, blah, blah. And then I tell them, and then they're like, well, I have diabetes, I can't do it. I've done the research, I really have. Now, the thing with diabetes is you can do it. You just have to be more careful. One thing I would suggest, now if you're doing it, if you have to give yourself insulin, you have to calculate how much sugar you're giving yourself. If you're cutting that sugar out and you're not eating during breakfast, you don't add your insulin. You don't calculate it. You just have to, you know, talk to your doctor, set up your pump. You tell them what you want to do. Tell them you don't want to eat between midnight to noon every day. You could even start a little bit easier, do the 10, like do 10-14, meaning you let's say 10 in the morning to midnight. You get used to doing that. Then you push it to 11. Then you push it to 12. You just be careful, be safe with it, but you can do it. Everybody can do it. Now I have seen a couple studies and whatnot on diabetes, and the thing about diabetes is intermittent fasting, when you lose the weight, you can actually somewhat reverse your diabetes. You can put it into somewhat like a remission, and all of that is once you get your body in control and you stop giving it sugar, you'll how do I say it? Your body will kind of try to regulate itself with its natural stuff, so you can actually stop using insulin. Now, I'm not saying just stop, but if you, you know, if you're diabetic, I'm pretty sure you have a glucose meter. Now, with that, you can kind of regulate it. Now, let's say you kick your insulin pump back, or you set it up to where it doesn't do it in the morning or something. That is something you can set up. Now, there are a couple things with intermittent fasting. While you're fasting, you only really drink water. You can have coffee or tea. But if you have coffee or tea, no sugar, no milk, you just want that. Some people can't have to have coffee in the morning or tea, yada yada. But if you're fasting, you're fasting. You're not eating, you're not adding anything to anything. You're drinking water or your 1 cup of coffee a day. Now, if you do that, then you're, you know what I'm saying? Like, it sounds hard. And I was a little skeptical at first. I didn't think it was going to work. But if you look at me now, I got a picture here of where I was, and you can see me now. But if you have any questions or whatnot, just hit me up in the comments. I'll help. If you're not sure how to do it, I can walk you through it. I can give you extra details. I want to see everybody happy and healthy. That's my goal. I really want to try to help as many people as I can. So if it's possible, let's get it done. I want to see America less obese. You know, I've been 340. I know what it feels like. You know, when I walk through my house now, I just feel light as a feather. You know, I never felt fat. I never looked fat in myself until I looked in the mirror. I'm pretty sure there's a lot more people out there like that. Like, you feel amazing and then you walk by a mirror and then you just get depressed. That was me. I hated it because I felt skinny. I was a skinny kid trapped in a fat kid's body and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to escape. And a lot of times I depressive ate because, you know, it was one of those things like, I would make tuna salad or something at midnight, or not midnight, but like for dinner. And then next thing I know, I would keep going back. And I never understood why. So, you know, but I would say the biggest thing you got to do is remove sugar. I know it's hard, I know it sounds crazy, but if you can remove sugar out of your life, it helps you so much. And the only reason why I say this is there's so many things in America that have sugar in it. Like your bread has sugar in it. Everything you buy almost has sugar in it. The only thing that don't have sugar is your water. And some people, they get the sugar water. I'm sorry, but you're not helping. If you're trying to lose weight, you got to start making some sacrifices. If you want to make some sacrifices, I'm here to help. And for everybody that's got diabetes, I've got lots of information on it, and you know, you might have to adjust your insulin levels, whatnot, to do it. It might take a couple days to figure it out. I'm not saying it's to just go crazy with it. Talk to your doctor, ask them, you know, what formula you might need to do. There's lots of ways we can do this. I want to help everybody. Let's try to get America great again. And that's not towards him. That is literally, I want to see everybody in America be great. Everybody is beautiful. Let's see everybody be beautiful. I'm not a politician. I don't give a crap about politics. I want to see everybody that's overweight be amazing. And I know you can do it. So come on, let's do it. Now, if you haven't subscribed, hit that little subscribe button, please. And if you like the video, like it, please. And if you know somebody that's struggling with weight loss, share the video to them. Let's help as many people as we can. That's my goal. I want to help everybody I can. So if you know somebody that needs to see this, send it to them. If anything, like it and comment. If you got questions, hit me up in the comments. I'll answer them. Have a great day and be beautiful. See you next time.